Welcome to Violet Light Tarot. This is the weekly reading for August 24 to the 30th. Welcome to everyone. This is a pick a card reading, so please note that it is a general pick a card. So somewhere within the three piles is your actual reading for this week, but it's actually general, so please take what resonates, leave out what doesn't. You're more than welcome to pick more than one pile if you're drawn to do so. But if you're looking for something a little more specific to you personally, there's a link below in the description for the website where you can purchase that individual reading. Before we go ahead and start with the pick a card reading, what I'd like to do is just really quick go over this week's astrology. We only have a couple of points this week, but they're still significant ones. We have August 24th, so right on Monday, starting out the week, we have the Mars square with Saturn event. So Mars is currently still in Aries, and Saturn, which is currently still in retrograde, is actually in Capricorn at this time. And that Saturn retrograde is still happening until actually the end of September on the 29th is when it goes back into being direct. Basically, this particular square is going to be a noticeable struggle between what you want, what you desire, and what you can lawfully do. It's kind of a weird description until you really think about it. And I'm seeing on this particular day, on Monday, I think there's going to be a little bit more to do with protests. You're going to see or hear about people who aren't wearing masks and trying to go into the stores. And in the States, I know a lot of people are saying that, oh, well, it's either not constitutional or it's not a law that they have to wear masks or something like that, is their reasoning. But literally to shop in the store, you have to wear a mask. In some places, don't at me for whatever your side is on that. I'm just saying this is the dynamic of that particular disagreement, is that one side says this, one side says this. I'm not going to go with either side necessarily, as far as everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing. Everybody knows what the right thing is to do, and they just kind of need to either do it or don't do it, and the chips fall, as it were, unfortunately, is going to be the end up being how it's going to work out. But this particular day on the 24th, with the square with Mars and Saturn, we've got basically freedom and impulse control is really what we're going to be looking at as well. So if you're tackling this particular day and the struggles that come with it, or the impulses that come with it in a positive way, this can really be helpful for people who are currently working on their self-control, or if you're working on any kind of controlling, like your frustrations, or letting it go kind of scenario. If you're working on that as a current goal or a current practice that you're trying to work through, this can actually be a very good day for you with regard to moving that forward and becoming more positive and leveling up in that. And actually, we're pretty quiet for the rest of the week as far as astrology is concerned until the 30th. So on Sunday, we actually have two events. We have Venus is going to be opposite Pluto, and Mercury is actually going to be opposite Neptune. So for both of these, you're really going to be experiencing communication issues. You're going to be experiencing just issues within relationships. So you might find yourself and the people that you're around that you usually get along with perfectly well, for whatever reason on that day, on next Sunday, you're going to be, or on the 30th, you're going to end up being on opposite side of a topic. So and it's just going to be a random thing too. It's not going to be a big topic and somebody's going to suddenly switch their mind about, again, let's go with the mask wearing or something like that, or somebody's going to decide that their entire house has to be remodeled, that kind of thing. It's not going to be that big of a deal, but it's going to be like, it can be something as easy as, what do we have for dinner tonight? Well, I feel like cooking. Well, I feel like going out. It's going to be that kind of thing. And for some reason, you're just spontaneously on two sides when both of you would normally just be like, we'll just do this. So just be aware of that when you're working out with everybody that you hang out with. Specifically for those two, though, the Venus opposite Pluto is actually going to be affecting your individual emotional needs versus social and career demands. So thankfully it's happening on a Sunday, so anybody who works in an office or has like a Monday to Friday kind of thing, you're off the hook as far as having actual demands for work. If you unfortunately are a take your work home kind of person, or have either a higher demand job in management or something where you actually don't get those weekends off even though you're away from the office, or somebody who works retail or something, if you are working that day, you'll find that you may be a little bit more emotional, or you may need an emotional day, which some people do, and I've done it before. I've taken basically a mental day, and you'll find that you may have that kind of problem on that particular day, as opposed to like any kind of social needs or career needs. It can actually affect your social needs as well. So again, emotionally, you may not be wanting to go out, and socially, people will say, "No, no, come on, it'll cheer you up," and you're like, "No, I don't want to do that." Listen to yourself. I always tell people this: listen to yourself as far as what you need. Listen to your needs. People will understand or they won't. People who know you well and are there and love you will be like, "Cool, we'll check you out. Maybe during the week we'll hook up and have dinner or something." Those are the people you want to keep around. Always remember that. The other thing that's happening is the Mercury opposite Neptune, and that will actually be causing issues with complete misunderstandings in communication. So it's literally going to be it's going to be individual communication. It's literally like. I thought you said you were picking up milk on the way. Oh no, I thought you said I didn't have to pick up milk because, you were getting it because you were walking the dog or whatever. Like, it's going to be that kind of easy to do kind of misunderstandings are going to be happening. I mean, huge misunderstandings, absolutely. But it can be really, really small stuff, and you have to be careful with that kind of thing, because the really small stuff that's just like, oh, that's okay, we'll just get milk in the morning, or we'll stop at Starbucks instead of having our morning coffee at home on Monday. It's going to be, it can potentially, because of the nature of the day and the nature of the emotional needs of everybody involved, it can blow up, as they say. So just be aware. For any kind of big things, if you're able to not have any kind of important discussions on that day, I suggest that you probably just avoid that Sunday. Try and have them Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. Avoid that Sunday completely, as far as any kind of big decisions or big. And by decisions, I just mean bringing other people in to discuss an idea or to brainstorm with somebody regarding a big decision. Just because it's going to something's going to come across, unfortunately, wrong. It's going to be misinterpreted, or a wording choice may not work out for you in the best way it could, and they'll hear something that you never intended, or you'll intend something that they actually don't hear, and it'll just become a whole thing. So yeah, that's our astrology. It ended up being a little bit longer, but it's still very big events, only for the 2 days, but it's big events. So right now, let's go ahead and pick our cards. We're already at almost 10 minutes for the intro today. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Pile 1, if you're picking by crystal, you do have the blue lace agate, which has the number 10 and a purple border for the third eye chakra. Pile number 2, you have halite, number 41, with a green heart chakra. And for pile number 3, we have turquoise with the number 39 and a blue throat chakra border. If your preference is instead to pick by the small little meditation, please go ahead and sit back and relax. Take a deep breath in. Close your eyes. Exhale slowly. Open your eyes slowly. whichever pile your eyes were drawn to is the one that's intended for you. Again, you are absolutely more than welcome to pick more than one pile if you're still a little bit not sure, or if two or all three are calling to you and you want to hang out for the whole video, you are absolutely more than welcome. But let's start with pile number 1 and see what the 24th to the 30th brings for us. Welcome, pile number 1. This is your reading again for the 24th to the 30th of August. This is for anybody who chose number 10, the blue lace agate. I really love this just because you can almost see, I don't know if you can see, but on the card, if you have it closer, if the camera's really doing it for you, you can see the blue lines, so a little bit darker. They're almost like little rivers or creeks right in the middle of a light blue stone, which is kind of nice. Again, that number on the card actually is number 10 as well. So remember that 10s can talk about completions, just in case you're into that kind of thing, as far as numbering systems go. The thing about this particular stone by itself, though, is that it is a stone of self-expression. So really kind of, this week is really something that's going to be very much with regard to your confidence, your integrity, it's kind of keeping yourself with your integrity when it comes to your confidence, because sometimes when you become overconfident on the odd occasion, the integrity can go a little bit out the window. So keep it on an even at that particular thing. And whatever you do, just do not fear being judged by anybody. I'm hearing that as a very big note for people on this pile. I'm not sure if somebody's trying something new or if being judged is sort of a pet peeve of yours. But yeah, it's don't fear it. People judging is literally their issue. It's not yours. It has nothing to do with you. If you want to go out dressed a certain way, if you want to do something different with your hair, get a tattoo, get something interesting, have something different for lunch, become a vegan, whatever it happens to be. If anybody judges you for it, that's coming from them, their past, their issues, their experiences. It has nothing to do with you. So we're going to go ahead and check out what's in your cards for this particular week. Pile 1, we're starting out with the 6 of Cups. So this is the card of nostalgia. It's the card of, some people read it, it can be something regarding somebody coming back into your life, but it could also just be remembering somebody that you used to know. We also have the Magician, so the card of manifestation. So you could be feeling nostalgic about something, maybe wanting to rekindle something with someone. If that's not your thing, it could be just remembering how things used to be and maybe manifesting something that you can never, they always say you can never go back home again, as they say. It's not that you can't physically go back home. Some people can't. I'm going to put that caveat. Some people can't. I understand that. But for the most part, it's not the physical can't go back home. It's literally, even if you were to go back, a year after, like say you moved away, came back even after your semester in college, if you happen to be going to university, if you come back, you are now a different person. You have that entire 4 months of new experiences, a new life. You are vastly a different person than you were when you left. So you, as you, are not going to come back to the same dynamic, and that's really what that always means. The other card we have for you is actually the Five of Swords in reverse. There you go. And the Five of Swords upright talks about issues within communication, issues with trust, issues with people telling the truth, with your ability to tell the truth in certain situations. And again, remember, we're talking about self-expression and integrity with regard to the crystal card. So the fact that this is actually inversed or in the reverse is a good thing, because it's talking about coming out of that. So it's maybe either you are telling a truth that no one's heard yet, or somebody else is coming to you with a truth that needs to be like an error that needs to be cleared. You also have mirror, and that says underneath, who or what is triggering you. Now I'm really getting that as far as not this whole thing really comes to me as being something of somebody either reconnecting with someone or remembering something where something went wrong. So again, you've got the card of nostalgia. You've got the card of the magician. So again, that's manifestation. So you could be manifesting a need to clear the air with something or someone from your past. And it could just be you literally in yourself, really taking that time and unpacking something, a memory, and really delving into it. What triggers you? Why does that particular thing trigger you? Why do certain songs bring you right back to that moment? And it could be a painful moment for you. And if that's happening, I'm sorry you're going through that. I've been through that myself, and I understand that. And you're really, in this particular week, maybe really taking that moment to own yourself, own your truth, and really bringing that truth about, and really who and what is triggering you, why is it triggering you, like really unpacking that whole thing. It's almost like shadow work that you're doing this week, which is kind of cool, actually. Love doing shadow work personally. So accept heaven's help, and again, on this channel, heaven is a term. It's whatever it means to you is more important than the actual word choice. You've prayed for help, so get out of the way and let heaven help you. So again, that really goes with the magician card as well. So remember, when you're manifesting, what you're doing is you are basically saying what you want, feeling what you want. What do you want to happen? How do you feel when it happens? Because manifestation, really, you have to kind of be as if. So live as if. How would you be if this were to actually take place? And so you've asked for the thing, you've asked for whatever it happens to be, whether it's a chance to confront and or communicate with this person again. You've asked for that. Now, don't try and push it in a direction you want it to go, or don't try and make it happen a way you want it to happen. The idea of manifesting is ask, wait, receive. That's how it works. So you also have indecision with the number 8. And this one I see as really kind of, again, with the triggering and trying to, I'm really seeing this as being you wanting to make things happen, as I mentioned, but not really knowing how to. And that's, again, where you have to kind of let go. There's a saying, I'm going to use it. I'm just going to throw it out there. I know that some people have a problem with the big G word, but I'm going to say there's a saying that goes, let go and let God. And that's kind of what manifestation really is. It's putting what you need out there, putting out the ask, putting out the desire, the help me sign, and just put it out there, let it go, and let the universe, or whatever your chosen variation is, unfold and unpack that and bring it to you as you actually need it, and it's going to be in their timing and not yours, unfortunately. Sometimes, unfortunately, it's just a matter of patience. Which I know, as an Aries, I don't like the word patience either. So you also have the High Priestess of Water, which is number 4. And it's basically the Queen of Cups card. So it's very much intuition and kind of being within your power, within your emotions. So really coming to grips, again, with the triggering as well. It's coming to grips with, why is this triggering you? Why is this happening? What's going on with you? Really being in that power of finally understanding where it's all coming from, as they say. your shadow card, which is something that may be underlying or a concern that may be sort of darkening, like a dark cloud over your week, is sorry, I'm working on trying to pronounce this name. I haven't seen this card before, so Ornamentia? Go ahead, I dare you. Tell me how to pronounce that. Ornamentia, and it's integrity. Again, love the synchronicity of this particular pile, people. Love it, love it, love it, pile 1. You have integrity as a shadow that you're working with for this particular week, and you have integrity within your self-expression. Integrity, I'm getting a desire, and I'm pulling it through as being a message that I'm getting told to tell you, is do not mistake integrity for like pride or ego, or in reverse. Don't mistake pride and ego for integrity. You saying this is what I quote unquote deserve is not integral. It's what is integrity is owning who you are, owning your part within a situation that may have occurred or is occurring, being honest with yourself and with everyone else about exactly what it was. Take self out of the equation, but keep honesty and truth within the equation is basically what the integrity really is. And that mixed with the fact that you have the High Priestess of Water and basically everything else that's in here, it's just telling me that you're having issues with, maybe you're a little bit worried about being able to keep your integrity if you're able to do this meet up with this person, or you're worried about losing your integrity based on whatever decision you're trying to make. You've made the manifestation, you've asked for the thing, you know what your triggers are, maybe you're trying to meet with somebody who, maybe there was a breakup, maybe there was an argument, something like that. I'm just seeing that it's possible that what's happened is you're having an issue right now. Your integrity isn't necessarily integrity as in your overall or your honesty within the situation. It's more to the effect of, are you going to be able to be true to your current version of yourself, the current level you have now risen to, and the level that you've achieved, and the independence, the confidence, everything else. If you're able to meet up with this person from your past from I can't put it any other way, so I'm just going to go ahead and say weaker, lower, whatever version of you that you were at the time that you knew them, you are concerned that when you see them again, or when you actually make contact, that you may not be able to keep this higher level, that you'll somehow revert or go back to that old way, like you'll slip, backpedal, whatever your terminology choice is, and suddenly become that person that you used to be again, that person that you figured that you've outgrown, that you no longer want to be. You're just worried that if you're in this person's presence, it will almost trigger a re-immersion of an old self. But what I'm seeing here with the let heaven help you, and with like the fact that you've got the Magician, with the fact that you've got the self-expression, with the fact that you have the Mirror, I'm really seeing this as a positive experience. So I'm seeing pile 1 that this is going to be something that you are going to be perfectly okay with in this particular moment. Again, if you are meeting this person, please try not to do it on the 30th. Like I said, with all the stuff about misunderstandings, the 30th is probably not a good idea. So next Sunday, don't do it. Any other day, absolutely. This is going to be wonderful. It's going to be great. You're going to be able to grow through this. You're going to be able to close whatever chapter you need to close. You're going to be able to make it through this particular time and still quote unquote be you without any problem. So thank you, Pile 1. It's been wonderful. It's been an honor to read for you. It's been a great, great spread today. Please try and have a good and positive week. And please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in another reading. Bye for now. Welcome to those who picked Pile 2. Again, this is your reading for the 24th to the 30th. For all those who picked the halite, it's got the number 41. It's also got the green, which is the heart chakra. Now, the interesting thing about number 41, if you're into numerology, is that it reduces to a 5, and 5s are really just, they're kind of halfway points, aren't they? 10s are completions, 1s are new things. 5 is really the halfway point, as it were. It's, if there's going to be any kind of conflict, remember on Sunday we're having that oppositions with the planet, so anything to do with that. So that could be that you're coming through that particular time and making it through, obviously, which is awesome. The halite itself is also a master cleanser, so it talks about cleaning out the heart chakra, cleaning out any kind of past darknesses, that kind of thing. Really kind of detoxing yourself, purifying yourself. So basically, any kind of influence that may be affecting you, really kind of decluttering your soul, your life, your chi, your what have you. Let's see what your tarot and oracle cards are for this particular week as well. We're starting out with the Two of Wands, which is awesome. It's the start of motion. It's kind of planning out where you want to go at this particular time, where you want to head. You also have the Three of Wands. So not only are you starting out on your journey, you're starting out with you're starting that forward kind of plan motion, you've also got something coming in as well. So the Three of Wands usually depicts a ship coming in, or somebody standing on a dock waiting for a ship to come in. And that's cool because that means that you really are getting that motion. You're moving forward, everything else is moving forward toward you. So we have the Sun, which is the be-all, end-all of happiness card. I was actually kind of hoping, as I was turning, I was like, I wonder if it's going to be the Eight of Wands, because with you moving forward and whatever you're waiting for moving towards you in a forward motion, I thought, oh, everything's going to just come together really fast. But the fact that it's coming together really fast and you get the Sun card means that it's like happily ever after, happy ending, yay. Let's see what the oracle cards say. We're starting out with the Great Gathering. So it's all coming together, intuitive hits, soul tribe. So you and your soul family. Now remember, soul family doesn't have to be your physical and blood family. Usually it actually isn't. You might have like 1 or 2 members of your soul family within that particular unit. But for the most part, soul family, soul tribe is people who get you and you get them, and there's no judgment, and it's like the happy family you always wanted, you know. And it's usually friends, it can be people you work with, especially if you're at a job that you love in a field that you love, because it's that shared interest in a love of something and a passion as well. And we have time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. So again, match that with the cleanser and you've really got that whole decluttering thing down, guys. That's awesome. We also have the 7th chakra, and that's Archangel Uriel with the number 41, so another 5. I promise I don't even look at these. The only card I see before I film this is the crystal card, because I have to turn it over when I do the thing so that you guys can choose your crystals. The actual cards I shuffle, they come out, I leave them all face down, they're only piled up, never see them until I'm just turning them over now. So we got a 41, we've got a 41, it's like, oh, so awesome. The 7th chakra, of course, speaks to, it's basically your crown chakra, so downloads. So again, soul family, I'm really seeing that it's coming together, especially with this one as well, the Great Gathering. It's perfect. You also have wishing with the number 19. The number 19, of course, goes down to being a 10, which is a completion of something. So again, you've got wishing, so you're wishing to meet with people. Again, you're moving forward, they're moving forward, everybody's happy with the sun. Pile 2. You are, I mean, this is the week for you to just go, hey. So I have allergies and I'm losing my voice, so every now and then it just kind of like literally cuts out. So actually, I think that was probably a good time for that to happen because that would have been really loud. Your shadow, so something that may be something to consider, something underlying that may be a concern for you. However, with this particular rest of this pile, I'm thinking there's not a lot to be concerned about. But you have a Rishkagal with coercion. There you go. Now this one, I'm going to put this up here. It's always a little too big for this spot. You can't see the bottom and the top. So with a Rishkagal and coercion, what I'm seeing is you're might be a little bit concerned at this time, especially with meeting up with your soul tribe and getting in touch with people and them getting in touch with you and everything being so happy. I really see coercion as being, it's actually coming from your ego self. So you might have a little bit of this sort of voice in the back of your head, however you want to describe it, however it works within your particular experiences, that kind of goes, you know, is all this happiness really happening? Are we really doing this? Remember, we're in Virgo right now, so we're being very practical in and of ourselves as well. So it's a little bit, how long am I going to be this happy? There might be a little bit of that, you know, and you're wondering if it's in coercion, you're really, it's not that you're worrying about being coerced necessarily by somebody or being coerced into something that you don't want to do. It's more that it's a coercion within yourself to try and keep you safe, which is what the ego always does. So it goes, yeah, you can have all this and you can move forward toward these people and these people are coming towards you and everything looks happy and sunny and blah, 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 blah. But if we stay here, if we don't move, then we safe. You know, we safe, we're good. So it's a little bit of that fear about moving on to something that's exciting and new and different and whatever. Even though you have that wish, even though you have all the things that are telling you that it's amazing and cool and wonderful, and even this reading is telling you that it's amazing and cool and wonderful, the cleansing right now, the getting out of your own way, remember that we do have that right here that literally is time to move on. It's like let go of any kind of old or worn out because something new is coming in. And you've literally got that. And you've got this part, which is literally saying like, you know, it's literally pausing for a second and going, but old is good, you know? So just be aware of it and be like, yes, however, this is what I've always wanted. This is where my life is leading right now. I need to get rid of older stuff that doesn't suit me anymore. It doesn't serve me anymore. I need to move on to stuff that does. I want to move on to it's not the shiny, it's the part of you that's saying, this is where I want to be. These are people that understand me. This is the part where I get to be who I'm supposed to be right now. And that's where the coercion becomes a shadow, because it's basically your ego self trying to keep you. It's not literally that you're trying to keep yourself away from being wonderfully happy and a complete and total person. It's just a little bit of that wanting to keep you safe because you don't know this new level that you're entering right now. That's all it is. But like I said, you've got wish fulfillment, you've got downloads of wonderful things coming towards you, you've got literally the universe is saying it's time to move on. You know, you want to move toward it. It wants to move towards you. You've got the sun card. You've got the cleansing crystal. You've got everything you need. Pile 2. This is a wonderful week for you to move forward into your next stage. So happy for you. So wonderful. Thank you so much for allowing me to read this for you. It's been an honor. It's been amazing. Just unpacking this entire spread has just been awesome. So thank you so much for that. Please comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in another reading. Bye for now. Welcome to those who picked Pile 3. This is your reading for August 24 to the 30th. For those who also picked the turquoise with the number 39, which goes down to 12 and further goes down to a 3. So things about working on things, working with other people. It could be something that you're focusing on for this particular week as well. We also have the blue border, which talks about the throat chakra. And so it could be something to do with practicing things you need to say to people, being aware of what you need to say to people. Usually it talks more about blockage and things you need to work with. In that fact, it's not a matter of you having a sore throat or being unable to speak. It's more, it's almost like an emotional or mental energy block. So it could be just you being tongue-tied or just trying to find the right words at this particular time. But the good thing is that the turquoise is, of course, the crystal of what they call true riches. So it's basically really talking about, oddly enough, your heart, as opposed to like anything 3D. No, not money, not property or anything like that. But the richness of your heart and your emotions, and just really being aware of this time of like what makes you happy. What do you see when you think about like your version of the 10 of Pentacles, your version of the be-all end-all life? Is it really defined by how many zeros are in your bank account, or is it defined by how much love you have for yourself and those around you, how many people are in your life, that kind of thing? So your cards for this particular week, Pile 3, you're starting out with the Empress, which is amazing. So you could be birthing something new. Someone in this group could be learning that they are actually pregnant. So if that's the case, and it's a good thing, congratulations. If not, support. But it could just be birthing a new idea, if you're an entrepreneur, starting a new business, starting a new job, that kind of thing. You also have the 5 of Cups in reverse, which is wonderful. 5s are amazing when they're in reverse. That just means, in this particular case, that you are coming out of a time of being, I don't want to say heartbroken, because it's not really like that. It's more of a feeling, like the 5 of Cups upright is a feeling of loss. It's a feeling of forlorn, of really being stuck in a state of remembering what you had, missing it, and just being very much depressed. So what you are right now is coming out of that, or finding a way out of it, which is amazing. You also have the 4 of Swords upright, so part of the way that you're having of getting out of that particular state could be sleep, because it's kind of a catch-22, really, because especially if you've come out of a recent relationship issue, or maybe you had an issue where you lost your job for whatever reason, or things have been rocky in a relationship, that kind of thing, and you're really missing whatever that used to be. You're really missing what's gone, and paying attention to what you've lost, and that literally creates it's almost a 9 of Swords, where you're really sleepless nights, just run over by the whole experience. And it's funny, because what you really need is rest. What can help rejuvenate you and what can help you process and get through this particular time. Please note, I did not say get over, I said get through. this particular time that you've been in, where you have had that Five of Cups upright, and you have been going through that, why did that have to end? Why can't I have that back? That kind of thing. It causes you to have sleepless nights, and it's really weird because what you really need is sleep, but you're not able to get it. And so you're really coming into that ability to rest at this particular time, which is wonderful and amazing and just perfect for anybody in that particular situation. You do have also the inner temple, and underneath in the smaller print it says, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Again, wonderful message, again, speaking again to the same thing. You do have a card regarding your heart as far as the crystals are concerned. You have the Empress to guide you. She's very much a mother figure. She's the card of fertility. She is the mother figure. So you are able to, whether it's parent yourself at this particular time, or re-parent yourself at this particular time, or just really be there for yourself and be within the self-care to a wonderful degree. Have that rest. Take yourself out of the space you've been in. You also have dream big. And this says, let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. Which, just in general, that should always be a wonderful, like an almost mantra that we should be using. It should be one of those positive affirmations people put in their list of things to say to themselves every morning. But really, getting rid of any kind of small thoughts, really dream big, see where you can go. Where do you want to go? Really, again, with the Empress, birth, like, how do I put this? It's basically like wanting to, what do you want to give birth to? What is your be-all, end-all, like, I want to say baby dream, but we're talking about dreaming big, right? So we're talking like baby elephant dream here. What do you want to see happen? What is it that you want to eventually create? And really paying attention to that, really resting now, dreaming it up. Again, dream big, rest. I mean, it's all coming together, people. All three piles have been coming together really wonderfully tonight. You've got cornucopia with the number 11. Now, the number 11 is its own master number. It just means that you are on the right, it basically means you're on the right path in some respect. But cornucopia is literally the be-all, end-all. It's like, okay, dream big, here you go. You've dreamed big, you've birthed it, ta-da, you're getting it. It's almost a sun card in and of itself. There is a sun card with that deck, but the cornucopia is literally full-on abundance. It's telling me that you're getting whatever it is you're asking for. So whatever you're dreaming for, dream as big as you can, because you are literally getting whatever it is. You also have the Grove, which is number 21, so another number 3. And that, again, the Grove is literally, it's a park. There's a little bench. There's actually, I don't know if you can see it. I know it. I only saw it the first time because I've read the books that this deck is based around. And there are cats everywhere in those books. But there's a little cat. He's so cute. He's orange. He's sitting on the bench. And he's basically waiting for you. If you're allergic to cats like me, it doesn't matter because he's perfectly okay. He's a be-all, end-all of hypoallergenic cat. But yeah, you are being asked to rest right now to be able to create those dreams. So, like I said, you have the Four of Swords. You've got the Four of Swords right here. You have the Grove literally to rest in. And you're just being asked to take right now to... The word incubate just came to me. I've been trying to think of different terms for birthing and conceiving and gestating, and for some reason incubate was the one that came out this time. Yeah. So that's what you're being asked to do right now. You're just being asked at this particular time for this particular week to come up with whatever it is you see your next space being, and whatever you see it as being, dream even bigger. Like if I can't even think of anything because there's so many things that people want, and it can be just as simple as wanting a car that runs, wanting a roof over your head that doesn't leak, wanting food on the table that that you didn't. I don't know why I'm saying this. I think it's coming from somebody. Food on the table that didn't come from a food bank. I'm hearing that for somebody. I don't know why. Whoever that is, I am absolutely supporting everything that you're going through, or your strive to not be going through it is more what I'm supporting. Yeah, the food bank and the overhanging thought. And again, with the Five of Cups in reverse, I'm really thinking that this is where that's coming from for somebody. I know this is a general reading, but I'm honing in on this for some reason, so I'm just going to throw this out there because this has to come from someone who needs to hear it. With regard to the person who has the food bank concern, that desire that you have to no longer have to use that is, I think it's everybody's dream who has had to use that particular service. It's not a shame in any way to use that service. Do not ever feel like you have any reason to be concerned about that. I always say this about people who judge other people, that it's not their place in any way. Any kind of judgment that comes from somebody else is actually them judging themselves. It's based on their particular issues, their experiences. If you find a voice in your head that's judging you for where you are right now, know that that is not your voice. It's not coming from you. It's coming from a past where people have done that, and it's become somehow internalized. It can be as far back as your parents when you were little. It can be people in school judging you, bullying you, whatever it happens to be. It doesn't have to be coming from you specifically. It is literally not coming from you specifically. It's coming from somewhere you've heard it previously. People don't judge themselves without having heard those judgments somewhere else. But that desire that you have to be out of that and to in turn give back to that particular service is wonderful. It's honorable. It's amazing. They don't expect it, which makes it even better if you want to do it. But just know that in no way is anybody except you for whatever reason, whether it's personal responsibility or integrity or whatever. You're the only person who's really keeping score of what's come to you in those boxes. And I have known people who have literally kept lists. They've had to use a service like that in some respect for once or twice, and because they felt so overwhelmed by it, by the fact that they felt so in need of it, and just, I'm trying not to use the word shame, but it's there, and it's blatantly there, that they literally made lists of everything that came in the boxes from those places, and once they got the money to do so, their entire purpose at that particular moment was to go to the stores, find those exact items, those exact brands, whatever it was, and to take them back to that place. So that it was like, I don't need this, I appreciate the loan, but I didn't, because they somehow felt like overly responsible for it. So if you're feeling that, you are not alone in that feeling, and I'm really hearing that somebody needed to hear that. So whatever it happens to be now, it doesn't have to be food bank necessarily. For some reason that got very specific. But if you're experiencing a need for help at this particular time, anybody who's listening to this, and you're very much somebody who's payback, I can't owe, paying forward is just as good and sometimes better, because the people that you're paying back don't necessarily need you to pay them back unless it's a loan. if it's an outright loan that somebody somebody loaned you money or you borrowed money from them, then you need to pay it back to them. Yes, absolutely. If it was somebody gave you their time because you needed assistance, somebody gave you, it can be a cup of sugar, it can be a chicken, it can be whatever. Paying it to somebody else who needs it, because those people really, they don't need it back, but giving it to somebody else who's in turn in need when you're able to, is a wonderful, wonderful forward moving energy. Let's really quick look at your shadow card for the week, and what I have here is this is the card, and I literally just turned it over. I know you guys couldn't see it because I had it on my lap, but I just turned it over, and it's the card Fortuna with Fate. Okay, the only thing I can see is that somebody is concerned, or maybe all of you are concerned right now, and I know that concern can just be a, oh, here we go again kind of thing, and you don't really think about it, but in the back of your mind you're taking that in. It's like when you drop your keys in a puddle and you're like, oh, you're an idiot. Your brain always takes that in as a negative response. It takes it in as a judgment. So what I'm seeing is somebody is feeling like they are fated to go through something right now, or they're fated to lose something, or like all of this good that's coming to them, all of this stuff that they want to have, that they want to believe in, that they want to grow, that they want to manifest, that somehow fate is going to turn around and say, skip. You don't get that. But really, it's you. It's literally that shadow. It's that same version of you. It's that internal judgment that doesn't belong to you, but unfortunately sounds like your voice. So tell it to shut up, is what I always say. Believe me, I can say it, and I can say it in the context of explaining it to you, but sometimes I'm still having issues with it, as far as I will have that same voice telling me something in an hour, and I'll just be like, I gotta tell you to shut up again. But yeah, it's something that you just kind of have to go through at this particular time. Know that right now where you are is big, wonderful things are coming. You just have to want them. Rest for now. Think about the things that you want to manifest. Think about the things that you want to create in your life, and really just look with your heart with where you want to be next. And that's literally what this is asking you to do for this particular week. So this has been your spread pile 3. I'm stopping it now. I'm a bit overwhelmed by this particular spread, but thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. It has been an honor. And please try and have a good week. Please get that rest that you need. And I'll see you again for another reading. Bye for now.